Hey guys, welcome to another edition of PowerHouse Podcast.
What up?
We got Corey and Travis, and of course, me, Todd, hanging out today in the PowerHouse studios, and we're discussing where to start in social media. Oh my God, that is so overwhelming for so many entrepreneurs or maybe solopreneurs that are just coming out, or people coming from corporate America into the entrepreneurship world. Travis, Corey,
Okay.
what's your take?
All right. Where to start in social media, right? That, to me personally, 100% depends where your client or customers live, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you own a nursing home, you probably won't be on Instagram or Snapchat,
Or Snapchat, yeah.
right? Because that's a younger demographic. Now, the decision makers in a nursing home are not the people that are in the nursing home. It's the parents that don't want to take care of them anymore, right? So then you want to target those 40 to 60-year-old demographics. Most of those people live on Facebook, right? So I just use nursing home as a funny example, but in general, that's what you want to go with, right? You want to know your client, know your customer, and you want to know where they're always at. If you're a gymnastics school or you're a martial arts school, whatever, you know your demographic is what?
Moms, 24 to 53 is what I typically work with.
Exactly. That's going to be all day on Facebook.
All day.
Maybe a little bit of Instagram,
Yep.
right? You might get lucky and have a teenager look at a video from an MAU or a martial arts school or gym, say, hey, Mom, check this out.
Right.
Then she'll go research that on Facebook, right? So know where your client lives. That will determine where you need to start. I think, but obviously, though, YouTube should be everything. Every video you produce, you should put on YouTube because that's an easy shareable link that you can put on Facebook or you can put on this or that, right? Pro tip, if you have a video, don't just share the link to Facebook. If you have the actual file, upload it to Facebook. It looks way cleaner. It just looks better, right? So side note from that.
Facebook loves you more.
Exactly, yeah. So just know your client. That'll tell you, determine how and where to start in social media.
So how do you know your client? I mean, that's something we really haven't talked about, is knowing who your client is. How do you find out who your client is?
I think you take a look at your current membership base, right? You take a look at your data. You analyze it. You really take a hard look at the demographics. Get down to, I know one of the things that you've taught me is looking at zip codes and understanding where people live and the radius that they, and the not necessarily the radius outside of your school, but the travel time. Mm-hmm. Little things like that, not to get off subject, but all that's important.
What if you're starting out and you don't have a membership, right?
Right, you got a brand new product that you created, right? So you have to test market that stuff.
Yep.
You got to go through the testing phases to see, I thought it was 40 to 50-year-olds. It's really 30-year-olds that need this.
Exactly. So Travis,
what do you think? I mean, you're coming from corporate.
Yep.
You had a little taste of the social media stuff that we did before you came on, and you took some of that to the company you were with. Like, what's your take on social media? Where to start?
You want to find that. You want to find. Let me rephrase that. You want to pick what's best for you. As Corey just said, you want to find out where your audience is. But even if you're not 100% sure, pick one and become really good at it, right? So if you're like, you know what, I think Facebook's where we're going to start, then own Facebook before you go anywhere else. Mm-hmm. Because if you write down Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm sure we could probably come up with a few others, you're going to feel overwhelmed. Yep. All right. You're not going to be good at any of them, right? And it's not going to help you grow. Find one, become really good at it, ask a lot of questions, talk to people that know what they're doing. And then once you get that, then build in the second one. Because as you're learning the first one, whatever it is, that's going to help you realize what other channels are important to you, right? And what's going to make sense, because you're going to be talking to people that are educated with the social media platforms in general, and you're going to pick up little bits and pieces that will then help you down the road.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to say, once you find your social media, because sometimes we deal with people that say, hey, I know Facebook is where we're at, and they know or Instagram, they know what social media they're on, and they just don't know what to do. Like, my tidbit for them is just post something. Like, post a
something.
picture, post a motivational. but stay away from anything controversial. Political, religious. Oh my God. I mean, I see so many businesses putting this stuff out there, and that's cool if that's the choice you make. But remember, as soon as you put something out there, it's like going to a football game. Half the fans hate the refs if your team loses.
Yep.
Right? You're gonna turn off 50% of your clientele that might want your product because you're talking about it. So first off, get that out of the way, and then just start making posts, and study it. That got no engagement. Why didn't it get any engagement? Go to the next step. Okay, let's try this. Oh, let's try, Corey, video. Like, we know that's where the world is going. It's gonna be VR soon. It's going to be virtual reality.
100%.
I mean, Are we already looking there? Are people studying that to get there? No one ahead of the curve, right? Don't, like, what you're doing in Charlotte, what I did 3 years ago, is not working in Charlotte anymore.
Nope.
You got to stay ahead of the curve.
Todd, let me ask you a question. You bring up a very good point there. One of the things that I've learned from you both is consistency is what matters. If you're going to post something now and then post something else 3 weeks from now, that doesn't get you what you need from an engagement perspective. So if you were giving advice to those out there, what would you say from a consistency perspective?
I would tell you to make a content calendar. Sit down and say, the words we use are the base 7, right? What are the 7 posts, one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? And then of that base 7, which one of those can I actually boost or run an ad with consistently to draw people to the product, whether it be a website, a funnel, or whatever you want to get the opt-ins, to get the sale, is having that consistency, something every single day. Because I read 68% of the people that find your business research you on Facebook or some type of social media before they even walk into your facility.
Yep.
So you've got to be consistent. If they see something today and they see something in 10 days from now, they're already set. Oh, they don't put something up every single day.
Yeah, and if you're applying for a social media position or a marketing position or anything, they're 100% going to look at that. I mean, jobs do it now all the time. Like, they know you, they know what that you went to, a dinner last Tuesday with your significant
You're not
other.
supposed to, from a corporate recruiting perspective, research people on Facebook
Really?
and all that. You're not, because you don't want it to be biased, right? You want your interview to be based on their skill set, right?
And not personal.
Not personal.
Interesting.
But who doesn't do it,
Yeah,
right? To your point.
yeah.
I mean,
But the personal has so much to do with their skill set. It really does.
That's so funny because I see a lot of companies looking at my LinkedIn profile, and I'm sure if Facebook gave me that same analytics and tell me who was looking at my profile, it would a lot of jobs and stuff like that I've done before would pop up.
I got referred to somebody. I was thinking about moving into a townhouse on the other side of town in South End, and somebody got referred to me. And before I even called the person, I looked them up on Facebook.
Yep.
I looked them up on LinkedIn. I wanted to know a little bit about them so I could have a somewhat educated conversation with them.
Exactly.
So it's everywhere today.
Yep. So in a nutshell, where should you start in social media, Todd? In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, find out where your people are and then just start posting things that you think the people you are going after want to see, and then slowly start studying what they do.
Good.
And if you get lost there, call PowerHouse Marketing for a free consultation.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll help you out. It's an hour. We'll give you anything you want in an hour.
And to your point, Todd, it sounds like you should do a post a day.
Post, it has to be 1 a day minimum.
Okay. Yep.
1 a day minimum.
Exactly. Cool. All right.
Cool, guys. Thanks for watching PowerHouse Podcast, where we build your brand through social strength.
See you.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Hey guys, Corey here from PowerHouse Marketing. Thanks for checking out the podcast today. And if you have anyone that could use this information, please pass it along to them and help them out in their business. See you guys.